There's what we call public needs, there's what we call public wants, and there's what we call private needs. So the minute the government decided to privatize, to come up with the Privatisation Act of 2023, it led to a national debate. People are asking, is it necessary for you to sell public goods, public assets at the expense of public wants? Because you can imagine this beach and islands. These are places where kids used to go and play. Watoto wangeenda wacheze, have fun without paying a dime. But right now, when it is privatized, people will have to pay. It will be business as usual. So this is leading a country where recreational facilities are now becoming places of profit. Certain companies such as KLB, companies such as Kenya Pipeline, Kenya Power, mali tunapata stima. Sahi, it is no longer a public need kupata stima. Your company may make up and say ya kwamba stima is unavailable because the dam does not produce electricity anymore. So this is something yenye the government needs to look at. I was listening to a friend of mine and I remember this leads to competition of the private sector, so that other people can come in and supply the same resources. This means that this will become more affordable to Kenyans. But I'm thinking of certain issues such as KLB, where people can access information, being left to the private sector without the authority of the government actually limiting these sectors. You can see that it becomes a very difficult topic to discuss, especially when you look at certain things such as Kenya Airport being under the private sector, where people can import as much meth as they can. We have seen meth in Iran. Imagine Kenya Airport being in charge of the private sector. So that means that people can import as much meth as they can. And still privatization of certain islands. We have seen Mrima Hills in Kwale. This hill is worth 33 trillion as per 2015. As we speak, this place can be privatized into certain global powers such as China and USA. So leading to a national debate whether this privatization is meant to include accountability and transparency. Will it change the lives of Kenyans, or are Kenyans going to be bankrupt in the next few years simply because we sold the country, and yet the people who are supposed to be the custodians to take care of public assets on behalf of the public are the ones looting and are the ones who sold them at the expense of their own pockets and saving in foreign accounts. Muniambie about the Privatization Act in the comment section. Is it really going to make our country better, or is it going to drag us into the field of poverty?